All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something literally everyone looks forward to after a long 5 days of working or studying. Yep, you guessed it, the weekend. We're going to explore exactly how we utilize these precious couple of days, really treating the weekend as our ultimate reset button. The source material we're looking at today digs deep into both the psychology and the practical, everyday reality of how we spend our free time. Because, making conscious choices about your downtime can actually set you up for a way better week ahead. So, I want you to start by picturing a totally blank slate. Imagine you have a completely free weekend. What would you do? Take a second and actively think about your own habits right now. Are you packing a bag to travel somewhere new? Are you immediately claiming your spot on the couch? Everyone has entirely different interests, and as our source points out, that is exactly what makes the whole concept of weekend plans so fascinating. I mean, we all get the exact same 48 hours, but how we choose to spend them varies wildly. Well, what's super fascinating here is how fundamentally different we are when approaching our time off. On one hand, you've got the planners, you know who you are, making detailed itineraries, scheduling a morning cleanup, an afternoon coffee date, and a movie at night, just to make sure no time is wasted. It keeps things predictable and stress-free. But on the other side, total spontaneity, deciding what to do at the absolute last minute. Neither way is wrong for sure, but recognizing your own personal style is really that first crucial step to maximizing your free time. And this actually leads us right into the great debate of weekend leisure, staying at home versus going outside. This is where we really start to see people's preferences diverge. When 5 p.m. on Friday hits, humanity essentially splits into two distinct camps, and our source text does a great job breaking down the unique benefits of both approaches. Let's look at that first camp. Staying home gets a bad rap sometimes, but it isn't just about being lazy. Our source highlights it as a highly strategic way to recover. If you're in this group, your home is your ultimate sanctuary. It means binge watching movies, reading, playing board games, finally cooking a decent meal, or, my personal favorite, taking a nap. By choosing to stay in, you're actively saving money, significantly dropping your stress levels, and creating a perfect, cozy environment for family time. But hey, on the flip side, we've got the going out crowd. Heading outside is all about action and engagement. We're talking visiting parks, hitting up cafes, checking out museums, or screaming your head off at a football match. It's also the active stuff like hiking, biking, or just exploring a brand new neighborhood. The key takeaway from the source here is that getting out the door guarantees fresh air, vital exercise, and those brand new novel experiences that you simply cannot get from your living room sofa. Section 2, Finding the Balance. Let's talk about how to juggle chores, hobbies, and human connection to really get the best of both worlds. All right, first up is the reality check. We've got to tackle unfinished work. Cleaning the house, doing the laundry, organizing the chaos, meal prepping. Yeah, these are definitely unexciting tasks. Literally, nobody wakes up thrilled to fold socks. But our source text emphasizes a really important shift in perspective here. Knocking out these chores over the weekend is the absolute secret to surviving and thriving during a chaotic weekday. It's an investment that makes your future life so much easier. And that brilliantly sets up our next component, human connection. Carving out time for family and friends is just absolutely essential. This looks like big family lunches, maybe a short weekend road trip, getting down on the floor to really play with the kids, or just meeting up with friends to talk for hours on end. These moments are absolutely crucial because they help us relax, they make us feel deeply connected to our community, and ultimately, they're how we create those happy memories that stick with us for years. Beyond the chores and the socializing, weekends are literally the perfect sandbox for our hobbies. Painting, playing an instrument, getting your hands dirty in the garden, baking cakes, creative writing, photography, you name it. The text makes a great point that these aren't just trivial ways to pass the time. Hobbies are vital tools. They slash our stress levels, give us a creative outlet, and honestly, they're what make life so much more colorful outside of the daily grind. Now, we do have to mention a very modern caveat here. Technology is a massive part of our downtime now, right? Watching videos, gaming, endlessly scrolling. And while that's undeniably fun, our source material issues a pretty clear warning. A good balance between online and offline activities is healthier. We really need to heed this. It is incredibly important not to let your entire weekend slip away while you're staring at a screen. You literally have to disconnect to truly recharge. Moving right along to Section 3, a balanced weekend model. Let's take these ideas and see what they actually look like in practice. Just notice this incredibly relaxed flow. The routine starts with intentionally waking up a bit later because, hey, there's no rush. It's followed by simple, grounding little actions, making the bed, putting together breakfast, and savoring that cup of tea or coffee. And I love this specific detail from the text, listening to music while you do it. Why? Because it helps start the entire day with a very positive feeling. It basically sets the tone for the whole shebang. Next up in this model routine, if the weather is playing nice, is getting outside for a walk. Walking is such a remarkably simple activity, but the source notes how the benefits just stack up. It keeps you physically healthy, clears the mental fog, and lets you soak in some nature. But here's the brilliant hack. You can combine it with learning. By throwing on an English podcast during your walk, you're getting a perfect opportunity to practice your listening skills while moving your body. A real win-win. And that brings us to a really powerful number. 30. Just 30 minutes. The source text firmly pushes the idea that learning should never really stop, even on the weekend. But don't panic. It doesn't have to consume your whole Saturday. Just 30 minutes of learning, reading an article, trying out new vocabulary, watching an educational video can lead to massive, massive progress. Small, consistent steps every single weekend compound into huge improvements over time. All right, section 4. Your turn to speak. Let's flip this explainer over to you so you can actively practice your skills directly using the text. Here is your first task. What do you usually do? Are you staying in or going out? Who are you spending that time with? I want you to literally answer these warm-up questions out loud, right now, in 2 or 3 complete sentences. And please remember the golden rule here. Do not worry about making mistakes. Seriously. Every single time you speak, you're building that confidence up just a little bit more. Okay, let's push a little further and dig deeper to build up that vocabulary. What hobbies do you actually enjoy on the weekends? Try to be really specific. How often do you exercise when you finally have some free time? And here's a great one to argue about. Do you think weekends are long enough? Why or why not? Formulating your why is fantastic practice for your conversational flow. Now, I really want you to think deeply about this one. What was the absolute best weekend you have ever had? Was it a crazy mini vacation to a new city? Or was it just a perfectly quiet, rainy weekend cozying up inside? Reconstruct that specific memory in your mind and try to describe it out loud. Everyone's ideal experience is completely unique to them, and being able to express your specific flavor of joy is exactly what makes language learning so incredibly rewarding. I want to wrap up and leave you with this powerful thought straight from our source material. Read it with me. Learning English is like exercising. The more you practice, the stronger your skills become. Whether you are a hardcore planner or wonderfully spontaneous, try to carve out just 10 or 15 minutes every single day for your goals. Stay curious, keep practicing, and you will absolutely see amazing improvements. So, knowing that your free time is quite literally your greatest tool for growth and recharge, how are you going to design your next 48 hours?